Hello friends, welcome to my channel Keep Exploring. In today's video, we are going to learn about the factorization of quadratic polynomials using factor theorem. Class 9, chapter polynomials. So let's start. The factor theorem. It says that if p of x is a polynomial of degree greater than 1 and a is any real number, then x minus a is a factor of p of x if p of a is 0 and p of a is 0 if x minus a is a factor of p of x. So you can see here the base of the theorem depends upon p of a. Now see, if p of a is 0, then we can say x minus a is a factor of p of x. Now how to get p of a? P of a is nothing but in place of x we have to put a. So in place of x in the polynomial we have to put a, and whatever the answer we get, that is called as the p of a. So p of a is the value of this polynomial p of x when x equals to a. Now once we get p of a, if it is 0, then we can say x minus a is a factor. So that's the simple logic we'll be using here in some different types of problems. So that's the factor theorem. If p of a is 0, then x minus a is a factor, and if x minus a is a factor, then p of a is 0. So let's see some examples. To start with, one quadratic polynomial we have taken, we have to factorize x squared minus 5x plus 6. Now when we say factorize, that means it should be written in some factor. So as it is a quadratic polynomial, it will have two factors. So always you understand a quadratic polynomial has two factors. Since it is a quadratic, it will have two linear factors. For example, let us take x minus a multiplied by x minus b. So here our main aim is to find this a and b. Now how to get these values for a and b? So the answer is here in this expression. Now see here, whenever we expand x minus a and x minus b, what will be the first term we get? First term will be nothing but x multiplied by x is x squared, and what are the constant term? A into b, we get ab. So this is the first term and this is the last term. So if we compare this one with our question, we see that here we have the first term is x squared and the last term is 6. 6 is nothing but our constant polynomial. So here also we have ab as the constant. So our main aim is to find a and b from this. So here what we do? So let's see here. So first consider the constant value here. The constant is 6. So we can consider this constant only when we have x squared. Means the coefficient of x squared is 1. Then only we can consider this as a constant value now. Okay, so later on we'll see some more problems. So here 6. What are the factors of 6 we can have? That is 1, 2, 3 and 6. So here we say that the possible values of a and b will be any one from these two. So when you multiply 1 and 6 will get 6, or 2 and 3 also will get 6. Now one more thing you have to see that we will get 6 if you multiply minus 1 and minus 6, minus 2 and minus 3 also. So every time when we take these possible values of a and b, we use both plus and minus sign. Okay, so the possible values for getting 6 is plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 6. So these are the possible values. So from these values only we will find out one by one. So let's see here. So let us consider p of x equals to x squared minus 5x plus 6. So first let us consider p of 1. So let us find out p of 1. So we have taken x as 1 here. So p of 1 means in place of x I will put 1. So 1 squared minus 5 into 1 plus 6. So what we get? So 1 squared is 1 minus 5 ones are 5 plus 6. We get 6 plus 1, 7 minus 5, 2. Now this is not equals to 0. Since it is not equals to 0, this cannot be a factor. That's it. So x minus a will be not a factor. So only we have to see where we get zeros. Next let us find for p of minus 1. So if I put minus 1 here, minus 1 squared, minus 5 into minus 1 plus 6. So 1 plus 5 plus 6 we get 12. This is also not equals to 0. So here what you have to see, we have to check for other numbers. Like suppose we take P of 2. Now P of 2 says 2 squared minus 5 into 2 plus 6. So we get 4 minus 10 plus 6. That is 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. So one option we got. Another one. So let's start with P of 3. Suppose we take 3. So 3 squared minus 5 into 3 plus 6. So 3 squared is 9 minus 15 plus 6. So 9 plus 6, 15 minus 15, we get 0. So already we have got two options. So and we want only two factors. So here we'll consider P of 2 and P of 3. Now we see here that since P of 2 equals to 0, by factor theorem, so by factor theorem we can say x minus 2 is a factor, and since P of 3 is 0, we can say the same thing by factor theorem, x minus 3 is also a factor of P of x. Hence we got two factors, x minus 2 and x minus 3. Hence our polynomial P of x, that is x squared minus 5x plus 6, can be written as x minus 2 multiplied by x minus 3. So these are the two factors of the expression x squared minus 5x plus 6. So here only thing you have to say is identify the constant term, then find the factors. After that substitute each of the factor in P of x. So whichever becomes 0, that options we will select and find out the factor. Let's see one more question. This says 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. So here we can see 3 is the constant term, but we see that x squared coefficient is 2. But in the previous case we have seen there was no coefficient for x squared. Okay, so here what you have to do, we don't want 2x squared, we have to make it into x squared. So how we will get it? Only when we take out this common. So the whole expression will divide by 2, or else we'll take 2 as common. So when you take 2 as common, we are left out with x squared plus 7 by 2x plus 3 by 2. So this is the thing we get. So we have to get x squared and one constant we have got now. So next thing what you have to do, you have to identify the constant. So here the constant is 3 by 2. So here what are the possible values of 3 by 2 we have to consider. So what are the possible values, how to get 3 by 2? So you have to either 1 into 3 by 2 is 3 by 2, or else 1 by 2 multiplied by 3 is also 3 by 2. So what are the possible values you are getting for 3 by 2? It may be plus or minus 1, it may be plus or minus 3, plus or minus 1 by 2, or plus or minus 3 by 2. So it can be any of these values. So first thing is factorizing them. So 1 into 3 by 2 is 3 by 2, 1 by 2 into 3 is also 3 by 2. So here now from this list we can take any of these values and try it. So here we will consider this expression as P of x. So let us consider this one as P of x. So P of x is nothing but x squared plus 7 by 2x plus 3 by 2. So here what we get now, so P of x equals to x squared plus 7 by 2x plus 3 by 2. So first, as you see here, we can take positive and negative values. First, by seeing the expression, you can see all are positive terms. So if still we take anything positive, we are never going to get 0 because they are going to add up. So is all are positive, we'll put whatever the positive values, they are never going to get cancelled anywhere. So we are never going to get 0. So we should avoid taking positives here. So we will take negative factors here. So P of minus 1. So let us take P of minus 1 now. So when you take P as a P of minus 1, that means in place of x you have to put minus 1. So minus 1 whole square plus 7 by 2 into minus 1 plus 3 by 2. So let's find it out. So we get minus 1 whole square is 1 minus 7 by 2 plus 3 by 2. So to just simplify it, take the LCM as 2. So here we don't have anything, so we can put at 1. So we get 2 minus 7 plus 3. So 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 minus 7 is minus 2 by 2. We get minus 1. hence it is not equal to 0. So minus 1 is not applicable. So let's take the next value. So we will take as P of let us take minus 3. So here what we get in place of, actually this is what, 2 multiplied by x square plus 7 by 2x plus 3 by 2. So it will be easy for us to understand. So in place of x we will put minus 3. So minus 3 whole square plus 7 by 2 into minus 3 plus 3 by 2. So we get here minus 3 whole square is nothing but 9 minus 21 by 2 plus 3 by 2. So we'll take out the LCM as 2. We get 2 9s are 18 minus 21 plus 3. 18 plus 3 21. 21 minus 21 0. So answer is 0 here. So here we say that P of minus 3 is 0. Now since P of minus 3 is 0, by factor theorem we can say x plus 3 is a factor. So one factor we have got. So x plus 3 is a factor. Now let's check out one more. Let us take minus 1 by 2 now. So already we have seen, we have taken so many factors. So minus 1 and minus 3 have taken. Now we have taken minus 1 by 2. So when you take minus 1 by 2, let's find out what we get. So minus 1 by 2 whole square plus 7 by 2 into minus 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2. So let's check it here. So minus 1 by 2 whole square. So we get 1 by 4 minus 7 by 4 plus 3 by 2. So we'll take out the LCM here. So LCM comes 4. So 1 minus 7. So 2 2s are 4. So 3 2s are 6. 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 minus 7 is 0 by 4. We get 0. So here also we get P of minus 1 by 2 is 0. So we can say x plus 1 by 2 is a factor. So here we say that we have got two factors of the polynomial x squared plus 7 by 2x plus 3 by 2. So what we have got, first is we have considered minus 3 and we have got 0, then we have considered minus 2 and we have got 0. So here the P of x, that is x squared plus 7 by 2x plus 3 by 2, so is written as x plus 3 and x plus 1 by 2. So these are the two factors we have got, because P of minus 3 we got 0 and here P of minus 1 by 2 we got 0. But here we see that we want to factor this one. So as we saw here, 2x squared plus 7x plus 3 was written as 2 multiplied by x square plus 7 by 2 into x plus 3 by 2. So in place of this polynomial we will use x plus 3 multiplied by x plus 1 by 2. So we can simplify it more further. So x plus 1 by 2 can be written as, we'll take the LCM of this. So we get 2 into x, 2x plus 1. Hence we can cancel 2 and 2. We get finally x plus 3 multiplied by 2x plus 1. So that's the factorization of 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. So the only thing you have to remember is, whenever we have a coefficient of x squared, first you have to convert that one into a x squared term. So we don't want anything here. So the coefficient of x squared must be 1 before taking this as a constant term. So with this we will not consider this a constant term. So whenever we have some other coefficient of x squared other than 1, then we have to do it in this way, or else we can do it directly. The only thing is, we have to just factorize the constant term. So whatever the values we get as factors, you have to put 1 by 1 in the place of x in the polynomial. So wherever we get as 0, so we will use the factor theorem. Hope you have understood this video. To get more such videos, like, share and subscribe my channel. Keep exploring. Thank you.